Welcome back, TCG Squad. It's GenCon weekend, and guess what? We got some major spoilers for Star Wars Unlimited Set 3, Twilight of the Republic. So I want to go ahead and start going through what the article dropped, plus some of the additional information that we got during GenCon. So let's go ahead and get started right now. Set 3 is targeting the Clone Wars, which is awesome. So we can quickly see the new leaders that we're going to have in the starter set for Set 3. We're going to have General Grievous and Ahsoka Tano. With some of this stuff, we actually get some new information about new mechanics as well as what the leaders do. So I want to go ahead and get started with Ahsoka Tano. So Ahsoka Tano is a heroism aggression unit. On her leader side, it says coordinate, which is a new mechanic. It says action exhaust. Attack with a unit, it gets +1/0, +1/0 defense. So boost their attack by 1. Coordinate says gain this ability while you control 3 or more units. So that's the key word. You gain coordinate when you have 3 or more units. That'll allow you to use any cards that have coordinate. You have to have at least 3 units on the field. Ahsoka's epic action is at 5 resources. She comes out and she's a 3/6. It says coordinate. This unit gets +2 and 0. So right now she comes out as a 3/6. But if you have 3 or more units on the field, she's going to get coordinate +2. So she's effectively coming out as a 5/6. When you look at it, a 5-cost hero, again, I like to see 5/5 on the stats. With coordinate, it's a conditional 5, but she gets a little bit extra defense since she's not there. So she becomes a 5/6. You slap a lightsaber on her, she's even stronger. I think she's a solid leader. I'm looking forward to what other cards with coordinates are going to be out, and I think we're going to get into some of those right now. So we have 332nd Stalwart. It costs resource 1. It's heroism. It's a 1/2 with Republic clone trooper traits, and it says coordinate. This unit gets +1/+1. He becomes a 2/3. This unit's non-unique. You had 3 of them in your opening hand. You place 1 and 1 in round turn 1. Turn 2, you can drop the other one. Now all 3 of the guys are going to be 2/3s, which is pretty good. The next card is Corant Guard. This is a 2 cost. It is a 3 attack, 2 defense. It has traits Republic, Clone, and Trooper. It says coordinate, ambush. So if you have 3 or more units, this unit gets ambush, which is awesome. So it's cool how you can now have certain units that have conditional ambush. So I think this is a solid card. 3/2. It's a definitely good aggro type card for 2 costs. I like seeing 3 damage on a 2 resource unit. It's very good. Anakin Skywalker. He is a 5 resource aggression heroism aspects. He's a 6/6. Traits Force, Jedi, and Republic, and he has coordinate. On attack, draw a card. Anakin Skywalker is super strong. A 5 resource ground unit that's 6/6. That's powerful. And then on top of that, if you have 3 or more units, you get to draw a card when you attack. That is value galore. And it's awesome. You know, I love the art. It has Anakin with Ahsoka. Imagine having the Ahsoka leader out and Anakin. That's straight Clone Wars, and that's super excited. That's super big fan payoffs. That's totally awesome. Then we also have Captain Rex. He's a 6 cost command heroism. He's a 4/4. Traits are Republic, Clone, and Trooper. And it says when played, create 2 clone trooper tokens. That is new. We haven't had anything that allows us to create tokens in the game. So that's pretty cool. He's a 4/4, but for 6 resources, it sounds kind of expensive. But once we look at what the clone troopers are, then I'm perfectly fine with what they are. So let's look at the clone trooper. It's a 0 cost, right? Because it gets created. A 2/2 clone trooper. So let's go back and look at Rex. He's a 4/4 and he allows you to create 2 of them. So you're adding an additional 4/4 power on the board, and you're also creating 2 additional units on the board. As we can see, this is a token unit, a ground unit. So that means that the coordinate ability goes in effect because it says 3 or more units. They don't say ground units or token unit, it just says units. So now Captain Rex will help you achieve a lot of those coordinate abilities to get unlocked when you actually are able to play. So what's cool, this kind of allows you to imagine in Star Wars when there was battles between Republic and the separatists, you had the clone troopers fighting with all the droids. You could kind of almost, you're the general kind of commanding the army of them fighting and telling your clones what to do. So I think that's pretty cool thematically. So now let's check out General Grievous. General Grievous, he is a cunning leader. He has traits on his leader side, say separatist and official. It says action, give a droid unit sentinel for this phase. Epic action, if you control 6 or more resources, you can deploy him. The leader unit side, he's a 6 resource. He's a 4/8 traits, separatist officials, and it says on attack, you may give a droid unit +1 attack and sentinel for this phase. So again, let's follow the theme. The leader side, good, it has a good ability. Ground leader unit side, when he's deployed, is even better. I'll tell you this right off the bat, General Grievous has a big butt. 8 defense is super good in your leaders. It makes them a lot harder to die. The fact that you can, let's say you had no sentinels, so you could immediately attack, and then you can give one of your droid units +1, and it gives it sentinel, so it makes those units even stronger. I think that's, I'm a big fan of General Grievous. I'm looking forward to trying him out and see how he plays within the starter decks, plus as well as a constructed deck. On top of that, we did get some spoilers from additional cards. So the first one was General Guardian. This is a 4-cost command villainy unit. It's a 4/4. Its traits are separatist droid, and it says when this unit is attacked, create a battle droid token. This is pretty good. We're gonna have droid tokens are gonna be similar to your clone trooper tokens, but this is a cool thing. This could be reoccurring, right? You attacked with General Grievous, you give this guy sentinel, now your opponent has to attack him. So if he doesn't kill him, you for sure are creating 1 battle droid token. If you can't, it takes you 2 turns to kill him. Well, guess what? Now you're creating 2 battle droid tokens, making your board a little more stable against your opponent. What is a battle droid? Well, let's look at it. The battle droid is a 1/1 unit. Perfect. So this General Guardian, if someone just was doing 1 damage to him during a battle, he can create potentially 4 battle droids that are essentially a 4/4. Pretty good, in my opinion. We also have Separatist Commando. This is a 2 resource cunning villainy aspects. It's a 2/3. Its traits are separatist droid trooper, and it says while you control another separatist unit, this unit gains raid 2. So if you have another separatist unit, anything that General Grievous probably starter deck's gonna have several separatist units, he effectively becomes a 4/3 for only 2 resources. That is very, very powerful. And then if you trigger that with General Grievous leader ability or leader unit ability, he's going to become a 5/3 with sentinel. That's a nice chunk of damage that you can hit your opponent's base or deal damage to. I really, really like the Separatist Commando because he is a 2/3, but he could also be effectively a 4/3, which makes him extremely powerful. They did announce during the GenCon promos that were spoiled a couple of weeks ago, there was a new mechanic called Exploit. So now we actually know what Exploit does. The keyword allows you to defeat units you control, reducing their cost by 2 for each unit defeated this way. So if a card said Exploit 1, that means you only could defeat 1 unit on your board, and it reduces the cost by 2. If it says Exploit 2, you can defeat 2 units on your board, then you can reduce your cost by 4 at that point. This brings up the next card that was spoiled in the article. It's the Hellfire Tank. This is an 8-cost villainy unit. It's a 7/6. It has separatist droids, vehicle, and tank traits, and it says Exploit 2. Let's think about how does that work with the new mechanic. Well, we have 2 battle droids out there. We attack with the 2 battle droids. That's 2 damage going somewhere, either to base, ideally, so that they don't die. Then you can play the Hellfire Tank. That's going to reduce the cost because you can kill both of those droids to reduce the cost by 4. So this comes out at a 4. It's a 4 cost for 7/6. And I'll tell you this, paying 4 resources for a 7/6 is awesome. Now, granted, you don't have to just defeat your droids. You can defeat anything, really. And maybe you have a unit that looks, it's probably going to die, but you really need to get this Hellfire Tank out there, and you already attack with it. Go ahead and defeat that unit so you can get this bigger, the big guns out, right? I think this is awesome. This brings us to another card that was spoiled. It's called Battle Droid Escort. This is a 3 cost villainy unit. It's a 1/1, and it says when played and when defeated, create a battle droid token. So for a 3 cost, this being a 1/1, I'm not a big fan. Again, because when I see 3 resources, I want a 3/3 and something, ideally. When we look at it, though, it kind of makes it up for it, because when you play it, you're going to create a droid, which is a 1/1. So now you can think about it as like 2 and 2. And then when it dies, it creates another droid. It made about 3 power and 3 defense. But this type of card, again, is the target card you probably want to feed to the Hellfire Tank. I think it's pretty cool. I'm really excited about the mechanics on the game. I'm really curious to see what everyone thinks of the new mechanics. I know GenCon's going on. There's a lot of news, so there's a lot of excitement. But I also want to talk about one other thing. We also got some spoilers on what the product is going to be looked at and additional accessories. So I want to just highlight a few of them. So this is what Set 3, Twilight of the Republic, is going to be looked at. On the left-hand side, we have the pre-release kit. In the middle, we have the starter deck, which is featuring Ahsoka and General Grievous. And then the right-hand side is the booster box display, which, I mean, I love the colors. I love the theme. I'm really excited to try this out. We also got spoilers on some soft crates. We're actually going to be introducing ObiWan, who's brand new, and Maul. So this lets me know that ObiWan is going to be a unit inside the game, and as well as this version of Maul will be as well. So that card that we saw for the GenCon promo, that was the Maul. I think this is original art that Maul's going to be. The GenCon or the convention promotions is this alternate art of that. So I'm excited to see ObiWan and as well as Maul. And I wonder how their abilities they're going to work with Coordinate and Exploit with all the other units that are going to get revealed. And what's cool about the new soft crate boxes, it has the ability to fit a full sleeve deck, as well as it has a little box so you can put all your tokens in. So for me, someone who goes to the pre-releases, this is an awesome box to have. I don't know if they're actually going to be coming with a pre-release kit because there's a separate price for it. As someone that likes to have some of these boxes to have decks that might not be going in my deck pods, I like to have these decks on the side. Might be a good way to store your starter decks. It's actually cool. And at a cheap price point, costs $8. And then this is the final view of all 4 deck boxes. Obviously, Ahsoka and General Grievous are our starter deck heroes, and deck box 2 is ObiWan and Maul. I just thought these were really, really cool. They did release some other playmats. I couldn't get a good screenshot of all of those, but I'm kind of excited. Some of the playmats look cool. Crazy news today. I would like to hear from you guys. What are you excited about? Did you see anything that are like, whoa, you're blown away? And also, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed this. If you really liked it, help me out and hit that subscribe button too. That would really help me out. Hey, as we start getting more spoilers on Set 3, I will be making videos covering all the cards and anything that gets introduced. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can get that information as soon as possible. And I'm also going to be building several budget decks out for the community to hopefully be able to use, because I really want Star Wars Unlimited to be open to even new players, and I know how difficult a product can be to get at the moment. So not everyone can go out and buy booster boxes and build some decks. So I want to give back to the community by providing maybe some budget decks that can help you get started. Maybe anywhere from $25 to $50 is my range. If you haven't seen my last video, I'll give two suggestions where I have a Kylo Ren deck that you can build for $25, and I have a Cad Bane deck that can be built for $35. And then I will be dropping new videos every single Monday for our budget decks. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. Peace.